Here's a quick Boop test. Boop is a mesh toolkit that I've been working on, a decimation toolkit, and with a few bells and whistles. I started working on it because I wanted to be able to clean up my AI generated stuff or VDB modeled stuff or laser scan stuff or photogrammetry stuff, all of which tend to look really cool but have geometry which is not super friendly. I also wanted to remove some of the tedium of UV mapping and then baking and transferring and all the rest of it. So this is kind of like a, like a one-click cleanup button. Here's some meshy models. I've been enjoying building a lot of test assets. We'll start with a simple one of these random steampunky chunky sort of rifles. So I'm going to import that. So here it is. Right. So we'll show the texture. It's a fun model. Like I said, I've been having a lot of fun with meshy. We'll have a look at the UVs. You can see that the UVs and the general texture and everything is not as fun. I could imagine that this is a bit nasty to clean up, and you can see that the mesh density is just, it's solid black. So yeah, that's not going to work. So this is the kind of thing that Boop is meant to clean up if you just want to get an asset quickly through a pipeline. You can have a look at this. I'm going to turn wireframe on so we can see it. Press N to see Boop. Hello, Boop. There it is. Why is it Boop? It's a little bunny. There's a whole thing. But whatever. For now, let's go analyze. So this is running a decimation engine in the background. This is actually a C++ backend that does all of its own stuff. This is a preview that's rendered directly in the Blender viewport. The add-on here is just a wrapper for everything going on behind the scenes. I have a quality analysis, right? So I can just quickly go down to coarsest, and then that meets some quality params that I've defined behind the scenes. I don't know how much of that I'll expose eventually. You can say it went down to 10,000 triangles. I'll try and push it a little bit further, right? So it's gone to around 5,000. We can see that it's, it's looking a little bit more sensible. I want to have a 2048 texture, and then I just click generate LODs. And in the background, there we go. So we've got pretty much, what looks like the same mesh. Nice and fancy looking. We can show the original mesh. Let me just see those next to each other. You can show them next to each other. Turn the wireframe off. Not bad, hey? Yeah. Obviously, a talented artist is going to do better UVs than this, but that's with the old texture behind it. Let's see if we can get the... There we go. So the texture actually looks, a lot more sensible. You can actually start to see the elements come out and all the rest of it. This is the automatically generated UVs. If I was doing it by hand, obviously, there's a lot of areas where I would actually weld these up to get more contiguous UV islands and something that I could actually go in and paint if I wanted and all the rest of it. But for an automated cleanup tool, I'm actually really happy with where I've ended up with this. And yeah, I hope that you might give it a shot. If you're interested, have a look in the description for any links to follow the tool or follow me and my work that I'm doing on this. And yeah, hopefully I'll have this out for people to have a bit of a poke at soon. So thanks.